Hey, Shalom, Kahala, Yahweh Bash Yahushai, Bash Chachodash, the ones and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to you brothers in the highways and byways doing the works of sincerely and faithfully. Lord willing, we are found that number to be delivered. All right. So this lesson is going to be based off a couple things that have taken place over the past, week or so, 2 weeks, and I'm going to say a few things, man, because taking heed to sound advice is pertinent to a man of the Lord, all right, and a servant of the Lord. It's pertinent to take heed to sound advice, all right. It'll eliminate you from, going on your own understanding, and sometimes you younger brothers will, younger than, last few years have been in the truth or coming around, it's critical because you don't have much experience in some things, and this is why we default to the apostles and the elders, and the brotherhood, because there are things that we may not have experience in, and you may not be able to navigate it properly. All right, so therefore you reach out. You reach out to brothers, and brothers come to you, and brothers will come to you, being, spiritually, giving you sound advice, sound instruction. You see? But you got to hear and understand the instruction and not take it upon yourself to go go otherwise. All right, so let's get some scriptures out. Okay. This is Wisdom of Solomon. This is Sirach. This is Sirach chapter 32. And I'm going to start at 19. Get right to the point here. It says, do nothing without advice. All right. So if you have a situation going on and it may require you to have to make a decision or to have to take action, I should say. It may require you to have to take action. But before you take that action, you want to extend, yourself out to the brotherhood. And if the brothers in your camp, the immediate head brothers in the camp, can't figure it out or can't give you, sound enough sound advice, then we reach out to the elders and the apostles. All right? But the conclusion of it all is this: if you receive sound advice, sound instruction, take heed to it. All right? Don't make all kinds of phone calls and asking brothers and elders and apostles and for edification, and then you go astray and do whatever the hell you want, and now you find yourself in a fucking bad situation, man. So as the scripture says, do nothing without advice. And I'm not going to get into too much of what inspired this lesson. I'm not going to get into too much of it. But because one choose not to take sound advice, they're in a real bad fucking situation, man. So I said to myself, through the spirit, this could be a little admonishment for other brothers who are coming in. All right, let's go. Salakia. All right, so the point being, getting, in the mindset of, not taking heed to instructions. And, the scriptures, warn us and also advise us, about certain things. And when I think of this, what comes to mind is King Josiah. Let's get it. This is 2 Chronicles 35. And I'm going to start at about I start at 18. right? We understand that Josiah had kept, the most wonderful Passover in all Israel. So I'm gonna start at 18, 35 and 18. It says, and there was no Passover like that kept in Israel from the days of Samuel the prophet, neither did all the kings of Israel keep such a Passover as Josiah kept, and the priests and the Levites and all Judah and Israel that were present, and the inhabitants of Jerusalem. In the 18th year of the reign of Josiah was was this Passover kept. After all this, when Josiah had prepared the temple, Necho, king of Egypt, came up to fight against Carchemish, by Euphrates, and Josiah went out against him. 21. But he sent ambassadors to him, saying, what have I to do with thee, thou king of Judah? I come not against thee this day, but against the house wherewith I have war. The Most High commanded me to make haste, forbid thee from meddling with the Most High, who is with me, that he destroy thee not. All right. So Josiah was given admonishment. He was given advice. He was given instruction. You see? Now, once again, Josiah held the greatest Passover in Israel. And not only that, but he was beloved of the Lord. All right? But don't think just because you're beloved of the Lord and you held the greatest Passover that the Lord won't put it on you. And likewise, as we read these scriptures, because they're what? Written for our learning. Don't think because you may be all in the highways and byways and you're a powerful speaker and a powerful reader that the Lord won't touch you, man. If you are going astray, and if you ain't taking heed to sound instruction and decide to do whatever the hell you want to do, the Lord will very well put you in a bad situation, as in the situation that I'm speaking of. All right? All you have to do, especially when you come to brothers, when you approach brethren and ask them for their opinion or their advice, and they give it to you, okay? Because clearly, when a man comes and asks for advice, he's indecisive. He don't know what to do. He don't know how to handle a situation. So what? You reach out, as we have been taught to do. But reaching out and taking heed, is the crux of the matter. So I'll continue on. Verse 22. Nevertheless, Josiah would not turn his face from him, but disguised himself, that he might fight with him, and hearken not unto the words of Necho from the mouth of the Most High, and came to fight in the valley of Megiddo. 23. And the archers shot at King Josiah, and the king said to his servants, have me away, for I am sore wounded. His servants therefore took him out of that chariot and put him in the second chariot that he had, and they brought him to Jerusalem, and he died. All right? Why did King Josiah die? Because he didn't take heed of the instruction and of the warning and of the admonishment by the word of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We as men of the Lord, when we give instructions, we come in a highly spiritual, mindset. Especially when a brother's looking for help, man. When a brother's looking for help, you don't just come out your mouth with some old crooked shit. The Lord is always going to give you what you need to say and how it should be said to a brother. And that's through the Spirit, man. So when you confide in a brother and ask a brother for help or direction or instruction, and you decide not to take heed, you're not just blowing the brother off. You're blowing the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai off. All right? You're blowing the Lord off, because the Lord's going to put the spirit on a man to answer. All right. And likewise here in this account of King Josiah, he said, Nico, Neko, however you want to pronounce, I can't pronounce it. He said, this was the word of the mouth of the Lord. The Lord's telling me to tell you this. All right. So all in all, Josiah decided he was going to disguise himself and go into the battle, and he ended up getting killed. All right. And it says, and he died and was buried in one of the sepulchres of his fathers, and all Judah and Jerusalem mourned for Josiah. All right. So whenever I think of, a brother asking for advice and he decided to go against the advice, I think of this account, man. Because Josiah was very beloved of the Lord. And you would have thought that this one indiscretion, the Lord wouldn't take him out like that. So don't tempt the Lord, man. Don't tempt the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And now the situation here, the brother then asked other brothers for advice and help and this, that, and the third, and the next thing you know, wow, wham, he done went totally to the left, man. Totally to the left. But, if this lesson can just plant the seed in brethren, to really think about, your actions and what you do and what you say and what you ask for. Because once again, we're all spiritual men. And the Lord is going to cause us to answer in a spiritual way. All right. This is Proverbs 23:12. It says, apply thy heart unto instruction, and thy ears to the words of knowledge. Okay. So when you are informed and you are given information or knowledge or instruction, take it to heart, man. Take heed to it. Because it's gonna benefit you in the long run. And don't con a brother to death as you're giving you no, listen and understand what's being said to you. And that way you'll truly have an understanding of what you should do and how you should do it, man. Especially when you ask men who've been around for a little while, who've gained a little bit of experience or have a lot of experience, because they've probably already experienced what you're going through, seen what you're going through, seen it 1,000 times over. You see? So apply thy heart unto instruction, and thy ears to the words of knowledge. It's very simple to do, man. It's very simple to do. You see a lot of men try to play both sides of the tracks. They try to still keep that worldly wisdom upon them. Yeah, I used to make moves, and I know how to make moves, and I know how to dip and slip and slide and all that other bullshit. But that shit's gone, man. That shit's right out the window. All right? And here, in GMS Boston, I always tell the brothers, the elder Amos, I always tell the brothers, whatever you do, be spiritual. Do it spiritually. You come to a situation, you ask yourself, what would the apostles do? And you can jump even further. What would Yahweh Shai do? What would the apostles do? What would the brethren of the camp do? What would they think if I did X, Y, Z? And you're doing, if you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, you gotta call brothers, man. And that way brothers can tell you, get the hell up out of there, or stop doing what you're doing. And it shouldn't really have to be coming to this in the time that we're in, man. Brothers should be of sound mind right now, and not falling and getting weak to the point where you boo-hooing and you woman and all this other shit, man. We have yet to begin to go through the tough shit, man. And if men are already faltering when there's really nothing going on, man, what's that say for you? How are you going to be perceived by the brothers, man, in the brotherhood, if you already faltering and not knowing how to act when there's really nothing going on right now? Now, are we rock solid perfect? No. And this is why we reach out for edification, man. This is why we reach out, for guidance. This is why we do these things, man. This is 2 Corinthians 8 and 10. And I'm getting right to the points on these anyway. It says, "And herein I give my advice, for this is expedient for you." Okay? When a brother gives you advice, it's expedient for you. Why would you ask if you're not going to take heed to it? So to give an example, if a brother reaches out to you and you fill him with spiritual, advice, and he thanks you for it, but then goes astray, gets caught up in some shit, but doesn't call you when he's out there, doing the shit he shouldn't be doing, and then gets jammed up, now what? The question is this: you called me, you made phone calls when you was in your right mind, so to say. You had the wherewithal to make a phone call, but you don't have the wherewithal to make a phone call when you're in a position where you shouldn't be, after you was told and warned not to be in that position, put yourself in that position. Brothers, brothers, man, we too goddamn close, man. We too close to be making, foolish moves, man. Too close to be making foolish moves. So Lord willing, this lesson will ring the ears of brothers and keep brothers on point, because we need every ounce of guidance, every ounce of prayer, every ounce of hope and faith, instilled in us, and admonishment, because the days are evil and Satan is out there, man. Satan is out there and he ain't sleeping. Okay? Well, I mean, this is time, man. It's time. We're here. So when a brother gives you advice, it's expedient for you. Keep that in mind. It's very expedient for you. And like I said, I'm not gonna get into the whole story, but the shit that's going down is fucked up. It's fucked up. I think I'll end it on Proverbs 19 and 20. It says, "Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end." Okay? We don't just be talking to be talking, man. Especially when you reach out to brothers and ask them for help. Ask them to set you on the right path, to give you that insight that you can't, figure out yourself. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou mayest be wise in thy latter end. All right? So being wise enough to receive instruction and counsel, man, is important. Don't think for 1 minute that the Lord is going to sleep and you're going to be able to just ask brothers, and not to mention multiple brothers, and you still decide to just go off and do whatever the hell you want to do, and you find yourself where you are right now. All right, so brothers, please be admonished, man. Be admonished of the time that we're living in. Be admonished of the things that are going on. All right, nobody is in this thing alone. So therefore, when you come to a situation and you reach out to brothers, don't take it upon yourself to be selfish and say, all right, yeah, all these men told me X, Y, and Z, but I'm just going to disregard that and just do what I want to do. Because you're a part of the body, man. And when you're a part of the body, and if you're not doing and carrying your weight, what good are you? Nobody wants to carry dead weight, man. Nobody wants to carry it. So Lord willing, this is just a edification, a little bit of edification for brothers to meditate on about, giving instruction, receiving instruction, being admonished, receiving counsel, giving advice, all that, man. All that. Because the days that are coming upon us, man, we got to hold fast and keep that eye single and not let these outside worldly influences, corrupt your mind and pull you out and pull you, into a different direction where you feel that the counsel that you've been given and receiving is not sustainable for you. When many brothers warn you, and brothers don't even talk. Brothers hadn't even communicated, but every single brother gave the same exact advice, and one still goes astray. There's something wrong here, man. There's something wrong. All right, so be admonished, be warned, and be mindful, man. Be mindful of what you do, what you say, how you move. All right, because Yahweh Shem Yahushai does not sleep. And if you think for 1 minute you're going to be, just because you out there on the highways and byways teaching and breaking things down, that the Lord's not going to touch you, you sadly mistaken. All right? There are many accounts in the scriptures where men of the Lord have been, preferred and chosen by the Lord, but went astray, and the Lord had to tap that ass, man. The Lord had to put it on brothers. How much more we, being in these vile bodies in this wicked kingdom? How much more the Lord's going to tap on put the kibosh on us, being where we are. All right? So with that, I'm going to say shalom. Lord willing, I'll see you brothers in another show. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Barak Atham. Shalom.